cisgender, heterosexual men are ingenious. When it comes to hitting on women, any woman, they are creative. They catch you off guard. I always think the single Muslim guy whose greatest cause is preventing gender mixing wants to get married. Fast, especially if he gives off the holy vibe. God excites him, not women. This guy doesn't even talk to me and then bam, he likes me enough to marry me. Sometimes he might even be in love with me. As if we were made for each other since time immemorial. This is the guy who turns up out of nowhere and says, "Hi, we haven't met or spoken, but you need to know that we are soulmates and I would die if I can't be with you. I want to meet your parents." I usually keep my distance from him and his mother. Now, I harbour a cautious suspicion of those married uncle types who say, "My dear, you have beautiful eyes." He complains about his wife and kids. I'm a third his age, and he says, "I'm not the type of man who would use a woman for a night and just leave her." Then there's the guy who was a player before he found God, and now he's the biggest advocate for the benefits of polygamy. No, sister, it's a man's right, and you'd be honoured by God for allowing me to fulfil this right. My first wife, she doesn't need to know. Please, why not just be honest and say, what's between my legs informs my analytical reasoning? The campus community activist, the one who's involved in all the youth groups or is on the Islamic Society board every year. He tells his parents, "ISOC's given me so many brilliant opportunities." And his greatest cause is breaking down those barriers of gender segregation. "Come on, we need more female participation, but not all of you at once, 2 at a time, and don't worry about the lack of other men in the group. I'll be there to supervise you all." And the Maxivist. This guy feigns interest in the politics and ideologies of women he fancies. He prefaces his introduction with, "So I've just finished reading the autobiography of James Baldwin," and proceeds, "Mate, it was such a busy weekend, you know, with the anti-Brexit march, the pro-Palestine rally, the women's march, the animals are our friends, not food, make love, not war protest." Because clearly, his list of activities seduces on its own. And I've also met the guy who's like everyone's brother. "Think of me as your bro, I got you back." This guy invites me to hang out and I casually cancel last minute thinking, well, he won't mind, he's like a brother. But then I hear that he thinks I don't want to spend time with him. So I feel guilty and we meet. He buys me coffee, we chat shit, and just as I'm about to make my excuses to leave, he says, "We should do this more often. I'd like to get to know you better." And then it hits me. This guy does not want to be my brother. I never think the white non-Muslim guy is hitting on me. Especially since I have convinced myself that most of these men see me as an asexual being covered in all. And they are being constantly stimulated by much more enticing bodies. Unless he has a thing for exotic women or some weird ethnic fetish, I think, he's harmless, he's just trying to be polite. And I let my guard down. So when he says, "So what is it that you do?" "Oh, intriguing! I would love to know more about your research." Now, don't you think that it's unfair that in Islam you can't marry non-Muslim men? "Can I get your number? Here's mine." I still think he means to call when he's got a flat tyre or is interested in my friend or wants to borrow my Nando's card. Where is that guy who insists on holding doors? Who recites Benjamin Zephaniah and Rumi and writes better than Walsamshire? When a group of Victoria's Secret models pass by, he doesn't even notice. Because he's too busy helping that elderly woman cross the road or singing and playing Spanish guitar with a group of kids. Between reading bell hooks and volunteering at Shepherd's Bush Family Project, he contemplates God and experiments with cooking and calls his family just to tell him that he loves them. I have never met this guy, And I am describing my best friend Sabrina. However, there was this one man I matched with on Minder. I check him out on Instagram, slip into his DMs with a winky emoji, and then I noticed that he has posted a picture from the burger place in Westfield. So I take Sabrina along and we feign incredible surprise when we bump into him. We beat around the bush with small talk about the weather and Islamophobia. And just as I'm about to make my obligatory self-deprecating remark about my hijab, he replies with a joke. "Oh yeah, because you ever really take that off?" And I say, "No, never. Not when I'm in the shower. Not even when I'm having sex." And as I walk away, I wink. And he just stands there, completely awkward, like a deer in headlights. Because that is when he realises he's been hit on by a hijabi.